So many things happened in my childhood that I didn't know was going to affect me later on, that I just looked at as like, oh, this is just life. It is what it is. But then I got older and I was like, oh, this is not what it is and not how it should be. I grew up thinking that one man was my father when somebody else was actually my biological father. And for a long time, when I found out after I became an adult, I was like, well, Dad, why did I go through that? God, why did this happen to me? Right? But the whole time he was saving me. The whole time it was a blessing. Because had I known who my real father was in the very beginning, like most children do, and grew up in that traditional household, I wouldn't be the man that I am today. Because that's not what God intended for me to have. The whole trajectory of my life would have been different. I probably wouldn't have been in music. I probably would not have had the love for people that I have. I probably would not have had the morals and the values that I have now, had I actually grown up in the home where my biological father was. Not because he wasn't great, but just because of circumstances. And we don't see those things. We don't see them, and we're not supposed to. We're human. We are flesh. We are, we're fallible. We're not all knowing, but God is. God is all knowing, and he's always working things out. He was actually in my life all along, but just not as my biological father. I was told that he was somebody else to me and my family. And him and my mom were doing that to, number one, cover up their sin. That's number one. But they were doing that to protect me, or what they said it was to protect me. It got to a space where it was time for me to know. And my mother sat me down and she kept it real with me after a very long time. But she did, and I thank her for it. And I showed her grace and mercy, throughout that situation. It wasn't easy. My parents and I are still rebuilding and working on foundational things. I love my parents. I love them dearly. They are amazing. I'm grateful to have them. Never in my life did I ever think like, oh, y'all didn't deserve to be my, no. Mm-mm. Even while my mother was sitting there telling me that she's been lying to me all these years and that this is actually my father, I still loved her right in that moment and said, Mommy, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you for telling me. I love you. I appreciate you. And so yeah, that's how I came to know.
What age was that?
About 16. Yeah, about 16. Even when my father was not there, even when I was, in the gangs and fornicating and doing all the things out of trauma just because I wanted to feel accepted, my mother, she never gave up on me. And so I've been very fortunate to know like the true source.